Hello, it's Wednesday, September 25, 2024, and we are kind of stuck with options that we didn't want to have to deal with here, trying to find the right light switch. I had ordered Formica with the grain going sideways because these panels are bigger than 4 feet wide, these 3 panels. And it's already been a month and it hasn't showed up. And we went and talked to them and they said that the manufacturer hasn't even created the stuff yet. So we're going to a plan B. We canceled that order. They were more expensive anyway. And we bought 3 sheets of the regular Formica Wilson Art stuff with the grain going long ways, and it means we're going to have a seam here, a seam somewhere in here, and a seam somewhere over there. And I kind of know what I need to do here, but the challenge that we have is we want to get this down to the floor, and the floor is not even. This corner is not a 90 degree, and I don't think that there's any way in hell that I could possibly get a decent seam here if I put these 2 pieces on separately. So what I'm trying to do is join the 2 pieces together. I'll show you what we got going on here. I used my router with my sharpest bit that I've got, this little 1/4 inch spiral. And I set it up similar to what you see here with the seam right where the router would ride on the straight edge. And then I ran the router across, and what that does is it cuts both sheets at the same time. So any deviation that there may be is copied on both, and they should fit perfectly. And they do fit great. I got to see if I can get this a little tighter over here. So this is like 1 inch or 2 longer than what I need, so I can trim. The next thing I'm going to do is I cut this 2-inch strip. I'm going to glue it to that and join these 2 pieces together. And hopefully they'll act as one, and that seam will stay like it needs to stay. And then we can treat this like a single sheet and put it on there. It's either going to work or it's not. And then after we get this adhered onto the cabinet, we'll gingerly pry on this and put a little bit of lacquer thinner under it and debond the little piece that I put on there. So fingers crossed. Let's see if this is going to work. All right, this seam thing might be a win. We're glued and it looks good. I think that's as good a seam as I could possibly get in the best of circumstances. And when we go to try to stick this thing on the partition over there, we're not gonna have to deal with that. We'll have to deal with all the other things that are gonna mess with us, like the uneven floor and the uneven wall, etc. All right, man, it's Thursday, September 26th, and we're getting ready to stick this in a few minutes. This is our piece that's got the seam in it right here. It's glued together with a extra stiffener on the color side. So I've never done this before. It might be a complete failure, and it may be a raving success. All right, so we got about 25 minutes to wait. Let me show you what we got going on here. Since there's a gap like this, which I went down here and chiseled off anything that was protruding higher than the tiles, all the way around the whole perimeter here. Then I took some strips of laminate and laid it on the floor and taped it here so that when we put our sheet up on there, it won't accidentally go down in that groove and get out of kilter. And yeah, we're raising it up off the floor 1/32 of an inch. But once this is all done, we're gonna use tile grout and fill this groove and further a radius up that edge. And I'm hoping that's gonna do what it needs to do. Okay, we're flat here. And I've scribed fit this sheet because this is not a 90-degree. It's about 1/8 of an inch wider at the top. So I've got that cut, and we've dry fitted, everything fits fine. What we're gonna try doing, once this glue gets completely dry to the touch, we're gonna take this craft paper here, I guess you call this craft paper, it comes in a roll. We've already got this fitted, and it's clean, new sheet. We're gonna lay this up on that, and we got the tape already ready to go to tape it in 2 places so it'll cover the entire glue surface. Then we're going to take the mica and put it and get it in place, and hopefully this is going to work. Once we get the mica in place, we'll lift the little tabs of tape and pull the paper up just a hair, you know, an inch, maybe, whatever, and stick the bottom edge so then the sheet can't move. And once we've got it that far, the rest should go easily. We'll pull the paper out and then we'll roll it out and everything should be fine. So this side has got a seam in it. It's about 12 inches or so. And the far side, we're gonna do that one next. That one also has about a 12-inch extra piece on the end. This happens to be less than 48 inches, so we're saving that for the end. And I'm not really sure how in the heck I'm gonna finish the edges. We're just gonna have to figure that out when we get there. Well, it looks like we know what we're doing here. I say this is pretty darn good for first time I've ever done this. We could have been about a 1/16 of an inch over to the left, but that ain't nothing caulking can't fill in right there. I'm ecstatic.
Oh, we need to take the tape.
Yep, we do. This little piece that we put over here to make this seam, it just instantly came right off as soon as we put a drop or two of lacquer thinner. I peeled up the edge, and this little bottle here is absolutely perfect for that. You can really meter just like a drop at a time. And we are definitely in there, man. So we are going to figure out how we're going to trim this thing next. I mean, the final trim on this is going to be with a belt sander coming in this way, I think. I don't know how I'm going to do the bottom, just a file, I guess. But we can't do any of that yet until we get this one stuck. This has already got glue on it. We just finished the glue. What time is it? It's about 7:45, I guess. So this is ready. And I should have filled that hole, I guess, but oh well. And here's our piece. So the paper worked perfectly. It did stick a little bit. We had to pull the Formica back a little bit off of it. This one should go easier because we don't have, we're just going to overhang on both sides. So we're hoping for that. And there's the drawers we got yesterday. They're almost perfect. We're 2 for 2. Couldn't ask for any more. We're stuck and rolled already, and getting ready to get the laminate trimmer out. I took my step drill, put a hole in each of the receptacles so we can trim out that. Still don't know how we're going to do these edges, but I don't know. I guess I could do this, and I don't know. We're gonna have to get closer than that before we come over here with the belt sander, because that's just way too much sanding. I'm gonna have to move these out a little bit to make room. Yeah, I need about an 1/8 inch. Not bad. We put tape here just so we wouldn't mar the cabinet, and I tipped the router slightly so it wouldn't get too close, as I experienced on those drawers enough instances where there was some inconsistencies in the router bit. Even though I got it set at the shallowest depth I could possibly go, it would hit the surface. Receptacles were a piece of cake, and this was okay. I just held the router up there and let the bearing didn't even rub. It was just the tip of the Allen head at the tip of the bit. You can see where it kind of put a dent in the wood there. But I think that's close enough. We can do the rest of that with a belt sander. The bottom is going to be a pain, but I'm going to use probably a 64 tooth hacksaw blade. Probably. Because I can't put the belt sander that far down to the floor. It can scratch the floor. And the only thing else I have is a file. I guess I could use a Dremel. I can get closer with a Dremel. That would be a good idea. Well, I just can't go anymore tonight. What time is it anyway? It's almost 11. This piece came out great. Glue right there, it looks like. Yeah, the seam I got primo, really came out good. We installed our outlets. I can turn the breaker back on now. The hacksaw tool that I already put away, oh, here it is, with a 64 tooth per inch blade, worked really good to get the corners where other tools wouldn't go, like the router and the belt sander. The belt sander did a just jam up job on this. I don't remember what grit paper that is. It might be at 80. Well, let's take a look. Yeah, we're getting good at this, man. We got only about 3/16 overhang on this side, and about a half on this side. Now the fun begins. All right, these seams are coming out great, man. So, I mean, I've been hit this with the belt sander for, I don't know, 20 minutes. It seems like that anyway, to get down to about 1/8 of an inch, and then been hand filing. And now we're checking here to see where we've got to file just a little bit more. Right here, right there, we're there. Everywhere else it can go just a little bit more. And it goes quick, man. The way I've been doing this, of course with two hands, I've been using my right hand with my fingers like this to keep my angle and to keep me from scratching this panel. And just We only need a hair more on this. All right, we got it there now. All right, that's it. This has been probably 2 hours of filing and sanding between that and here.